Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. I'm Malik Hodge. This is War Alert. This is where we look at current events through the lens of the Injil, the Gospel of Revelation, that gives us detailed information on what's taking place in the world and what is going to take place from the unsealed scriptures of the Bible. Sisters and brothers, we are at war. Sisters and brothers, we are the true seed of Abraham. We're going to be speaking on Abram's vision and the Abrahamic covenant. We're going to look at two clips of the chief demon, Louis Farrakhan, and speak on that. Sisters and brothers, we're going to bring the understanding of the Abrahamic covenant to what is key. What the Abrahamic covenant gives a detailed description on God's chosen people. And Abraham's seed would go through this detailed scenario and be brought out of it. Now, no one wants us, the original black man and woman, to understand that we are the true seed of Abraham. That the scriptures are speaking on the original black man and woman here in America. Now, sisters and brothers, you hear all these things of the greatness of the original man and woman, the black man and woman, all over the planet. The greatness that you hear how great in the past of our greatness. Sisters and brothers, the Abraham covenant gives us a detailed information on what we would endure through. Now, we're going to get right into it. It says Abram's vision and the Abrahamic covenant. Now, this is chapter 15 of Genesis. It says, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 100 years. and also that nation whom they serve will I judge. And afterwards they shall come out with great substance. But thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. And in the fourth generation thou shalt come hither again. For the iniquities of the Amorites are not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a flaming torch that passed between these pieces. So, sisters and brothers, let's start it like this. Using facts, things that can be proven. The original black man and woman here in America were taken from Africa, brought to America, enslaved, and afflicted. Now, in this affliction, everything that we knew of ourselves was taken from us. Through 64 years of intense torture. Taking our children, stripping them from their parents, to the point that they took our language from us, took our history, our God from us. By killing, mutilating, and doing these things in front of the children. Terrorizing, putting terror and fear in our minds. Doing this for 64 years. Giving us their names, castrating us, sodomizing us, hanging us, just unrestrained terror, unrestrained torture. Now, sisters and brothers, we don't have to look and search to understand our history here in America. It can't be covered up. No matter what they do, they cannot cover up the original black man and woman's history here in America. Now, Abram in scripture had a vision, was allowed to see his seed being taken to a strange land, enslaved and afflicted for 400 years. Now, sisters and brothers, the fact is, scripture say that you were inflicted and enslaved for 400 years, meaning that no matter what you think or was told, the facts stand that you're in a system that has enslaved you and is afflicting you by the system itself. So no matter what you're told, the system, you're a slave to the system, and the system is afflicting you right now. And this will take place for 400 years. So no matter what you think, you reside in a system that sees you as a slave and is afflicting you because the system was built on you and against you. The system itself was built by a people that hate you, a people that seen us as animals. So this system sees the black man and woman, the original black man and woman, as 3/5 of a human, something like a man, but less than human. So America did not give the original black man and woman human rights. We were not human in their eyesight. So they treated us inhumane. We were cattle. We were owned because we're not human. We were cattle. We were animals. So you own animals. You brand animals. You skin animals. You burn animals. You have animal things, how you treat animals. You eat animals. You use their skin. You take their babe, their pup, their babies. What we were pups. They had animal names for us. They fed us out of troughs. They branded us like animals. Brothers and sisters, then after hundreds, let's say 1555, we're going to 1555. It took them 64 years to make a slave. Say that. So let's do some math. 1555 to get to 16. So you got 1555. So you put 45 with that to get to 1600. So you got 45. Then you put 10 on there, that gives you $55, which would put us at 1610. And then another 10 will put us 55 and 10. I mean, 45 and 10 is 55. And 10 will put us in 16, 20. And take away that 1 will make us 16. That will put us in 16, 19. So 45, 55, 65 minus 1 puts us 64. All right. So slavery, the 1619 Project, is the beginning of slavery. So by that time, that 64 years brings us up to 1619. Now, to bring us to a condition that they can rule over us. Sisters and brothers, the Abrahamic covenant, Abraham's vision is giving us a detailed information on a sojourning of a people. Now, this sojourning is a message to the people that would go through this sojourning in this strange land, and would be afflicted and enslaved for 400 years. So it's detailed that Abram know of a surety that this will happen to your seed. Abram, know of a surety this will happen. And this nation will enslave and afflict your people, your seed, with unrestricted afflictions. Multiple afflictions, all types of afflictions on that in every way. We have endured torture in every way. Things that we can even think of, we have been through tortured by America. And at every level of at every level. Studied. The system is set against us. Period. We are not labeled as humans in America, brothers and sisters. America has labeled us as animals. Many European nations, all except Russia, labeled us as animals. So we're not seen as humans. And America then shares with you, you have civil rights. Civil. And using civil as the rights that you own, that you have. But when you look at civil, what is civil when you're not a human? What does civil pertain to for something that's not human? So if we're not human, but we have civil rights, then what civil rights do we have when we're not human? Because civil pertains to citizens. So what type of citizen rights do we have? Animal citizen? Sisters and brothers, we have to understand the message that was sent to us thousands of years in advance. That we will be enslaved and afflicted. So no one can take the fact that the original black man and woman here in America has endured through 400 years of slavery and affliction. This is binding us to this vision, which is binding us to the Abrahamic covenant. These are things spoken on by from the past to us to the day of giving us the understanding of who we are. So this is speaking to God's chosen people. Abraham's seed. Now, Sisters and brothers, 1619 to 2019, 400-year period. In the scriptures, it states, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. So we know that America has afflicted, enslaved, and afflicted us 400 years. So America is the nation that we serve, so they will be judged. Now, that nation whom they serve will I judge, and they shall come out with great substance. So we know we're coming out of this land. We're coming out of here with great substance. And in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again. So we shall return to where Abram's vision is taking place at, which is Arabia. God has allowed him to see this vision in his sleep. It's a vision of horror because he's seen what his seed will endure through. However, God shared with him, understand, you see what your seed will be going through, but I'm going to judge that nation who they shall serve. I'm going to bring them out with great substance. So they're going to be rewarded. They're going to be brought out of there with great substance. They're going to return in that fourth generation. They're going to return hither again. Now, the Abrahamic covenant. So God tells Abraham, this is, you see what your people, your seed's going to go through. You see what your seed is going to go through. This is you. Okay? The Abrahamic covenant. In that day, see, this is, I'm going to stick to this one because it states that means the same thing, but some say in that same day. But in that day, so in the same day, Abram had a vision. In that day that the God, Abraham had the vision, and the God shared with him, yes, that the vision certain that okay. For surety that this would take place to your seed. However, I'm going to judge that nation. I'm going to bring your seed out of there with great substance. In the fourth generation, I'm going to return them hither. Abraham. In that day, God made a covenant, a promise to Abraham, a covenant with Abram. A covenant with Abram. A promise with Abram, saying, until thy seed, Abram, until thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Abraham, know of a surety that your seed is going to be taken and slain and afflicted. But no, I will judge that nation. I will bring that nation whom they serve, who they shall serve. No, I will bring them out with great substance. In the fourth generation, I will return them hither. Abraham. This covenant is made from me to you. Until thy seed have I given this land from the river Egypt. On this day, this is God speaking to Abram. On this day, I make this covenant with Abram. Until thy seed have I given this land. From the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So, sisters and brothers, that land is Arabia. That land is Northern Africa. So, we are not staying here. Sisters and brothers, we're going home. This is a promise that God has made. I will bring them out with great substance. In that fourth generation, they will return hither again. God, have made a covenant with Abraham in that day that I have given his seed the land from the river Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. Sisters and brothers, we are the true seed of Abraham. We are the people that have endured in this strange land in America for 400 years. We are the gods and goddesses of the earth and the universe. However, sisters and brothers, this is not our world. We gave Adam, this Caucasian white man, dominion over our creation. Rule. We made him for a period of time. So we understand who Adam is. So we sent to ourselves, one of us, guys, go tell them the God, Master Farah Muhammad came and shared with us. No. Nothing that this devil tells you is truth. He's a liar. everything about the devil, sisters and brothers, the devil is a liar by nature. There is no, understand when it said no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. He's a liar and the father of it. Now, so you're looking for a devil with a pitchfork, read some spook devil. Then you're looking into the skies, into the heavens, which is the skies, for heaven with a spook god that is floating around, riding on chariots with horses with wings, in make-believe world. So the truth is shared with you. Know that you're the God. God made you his image, so God looks like you. And the devil is this Caucasian white man that is a liar, a murderer, one that makes mischief and shed blood by his nature. So you're not looking for something that's not a man, because the devil is a man. Satan is a man that you can see. It's nothing that is spooky. Now, sisters and brothers, no one wants us to identify ourselves as the true seed of Abraham. However, in this world, we're the only ones that fits the scriptures, the vision of Abram. And we're the ones that are called Ham. We've been styled as Ham, told we're Ham, that we are cursed black, that we're to serve our brothers forever. And sisters and brothers, we're looked at as animals. We're hated and despised by the nations. And scripture states that God's chosen people will be at the bottom, being stepped on, despised and hated by the nations. Now, sisters and brothers, you have a people that are thieves, murderers, rapers, liars, that have stolen us, brought us to stolen land, And these are things that you can easily prove. However, you will take, how can you take anything that they say for the truth? Any truth. When you know their nature. When you know them by their works. So, you allow a people that have stolen you, kidnapped you, enslaved and afflicted you to tell you that a people that they set up, that they were at war with for 2,000 years, the Christians and the Jews, that they called Christ killers, that scriptures share with you, those that call themselves Jews and are not, they are of the synagogue of the Satan. However, the one that kidnapped us, calls us Ham, enslaved and is afflicting us, put this group, gave them our identity, set them up in Palestine, which is Jerusalem. They protect them. They supply, they fund them. To keep this lie going so that we don't see ourselves as the true seed of Abraham, as God's chosen people. Now, sisters and brothers, let us understand, why don't anyone want us to understand that we're God's chosen people, that we're the true seed of Abraham? Why would America steal land now that we're understanding who we are? And the plan is to trick us, trick God's chosen people, trick Abraham's seed, trick them. Because when they find out that they're God's chosen people and they're the true seed of Abraham, they're going to bring about the fulfillment of the scriptures. So, the judgment of America and the nations of the world, the judgment of America and the world, Satan, the devil, and Satan will be judged in this time. So when the original black man and woman finds out that they're the true seed of Abraham, that they're God's chosen people, and they stand up, a change is going to be made, and the world will be judged, and the world that you're witnessing will be brought to its destruction. And the great reset of the planet, the gods and goddesses, God's chosen people, after all these, all of your greatness, brothers and sisters, that is remembered. Oh, we were kings, we were this, we were, okay, we're the gods now of the earth and the universe. But you're remembering, so everyone, oh, we owned the earth, we were all over, yes, at one time. However, we're not all the same. Sisters and brothers, we're not all loved the same by God. Abraham's seed. When you say, well, ain't everybody Abraham's seed? No. Sisters and brothers, all of the greatness that they speak on, how are we going to return to this greatness? How are we going to get back to that greatness and further back into being God's? So where does this start at? It starts at this point. We're at the lowest point. We been brought to our lowest point. We're at the bottom of the nations. We're hated and despised by the nations. The devil knows who we are. Satan knows who we are and knows our rise will bring an end to their rule, their world, their rule of our world, that we allow them to rule. And we're taking back everything that belongs to us. So everyone is about to pay. Everyone is about to be dealt with in the way they have to be dealt with, that they consequence said they will be dealt with. Change, loss of power, loss of land, because we're taking back everything that is ours. So we're seen as a threat to their existence, their reality, their heaven. Everyone sees us and knows that they're God's chosen people. And through them, God is going, the scriptures tell you, going to bring in a new heaven and a new earth. And this old will be done away with. So you're despised because of your greatness, sisters and brothers. This covenant, the vision, is a promissory note and a passage letting you know that remember this. You will be brought to this, and you will be enslaved, and you will be afflicted. Everything will be taken from you, but you will be brought out of that condition, that land, with great substance, and that you will be given the land from the river Egypt to the great river Euphrates, and that you will usher in the new reality, the new heaven and the new earth. So you will be given the knowledge that was taken from you, and you will be brought back to the gods and goddesses that you will be brought back, or you will take back your everything that has been taken from you. You will be able to take back everything that is yours. So, sisters and brothers, you hear, oh, we were already this. Sisters and brothers, the messenger of the covenant is giving us a message that is sharing with us that we are the true seed of Abraham, that we are God's chosen people, and that we are going to bring this world, the Satan's world, to an end. Satan's world, but that we're at the bottom of, that we are labeled as animals in, that Satan has afflicted us, enslaved and afflicted us. We're the ones that are about to judge Satan, the devil, and Satan, and get rid of them. So, sisters and brothers, it's not about what we used to be, because all that we were this and we were that. What are you now? What are you now? Who's ruling who now? How do you get back what was once yours? This is how we get back our planet and the universe. And the messenger of the covenant not is giving us a message, but the understanding of why. Why? None of you know why. We didn't just make the devil. We made him for a reason. Why was the devil made? Why did we even make him? If we knew that he was going to make mischief and shed blood. Why did we set him in charge? It's a reason behind what we done. And the messenger of the covenant, he's not just sharing with us that the Abrahamic covenant belongs to us. He's giving us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures and giving us the understanding of why we went through, why we were enslaved and afflicted, why we endure, why do we allow Satan to rule, why, and how we're going to take back, how we're going to judge the devil and Satan. Now, this is wrong. I want the. So, Malachi 3:1 states, "Behold, I will send my messenger, who will prepare the way before me. Then the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple, the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. See, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts." Now, sisters and brothers, (1619 to 2019), 400 years, period. 2020 came in with a plague which they called COVID-19. And COVID-19 was known for killing the elderly. Scriptures state a plague that will kill the firstborn. Who are the elderly? They were born first. They're the oldest. So they were born before anyone else, the elderly. So 2020 came in with the plague that passed over the original people of the planet, but were devastating this Caucasian nations all over the planet. And when you say, I'm going to leave it like that because it entails so we know that false Israel wasn't passed over. And China shared that, in our evaluation, the African doctors and nurses have been working hands-on with everyone else with the same PPE on, and they have not contracted the virus. They have not fallen sick, and none of them has died from the virus. We think they're immune to it. So you look over the world and say, well, Haiti, Africa, no one's social distancing. No, we don't even really see the virus. If it's there, it's not affecting them. No, they're not having massive outbreaks. Their hospitals are not filling up with sick. They're not having massive deaths. It's not affecting them. So you see this. And the messenger of the covenant is giving you detailed information of what's taking place. What this means for us. What is happening. This is detailed information of scripture that have been written thousands of years ahead of time. A message to you. A message to us, the original black man and woman. So, the message to coming out, to regaining what many of you said, we were this, we were that. But how do you regain that? How? When you're living in Satan's world. How? So, the messenger, Elijah Muhammad, was set up by the God, Master Fard Muhammad. And the messenger began giving us our mind back. The understanding of who we are. The understanding of our enemy. Shared with us who our enemy is. Who God is. Who the devil is. There's not a spook. These are facts. And who they are by their nature. Now, so the messenger, Elijah Muhammad, prepared a way before me. Who's me? It said, then the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple, to the messenger's temple. Now, you know that Elijah Muhammad had Muhammad's temples. Louis Farrakhan don't have temples, sisters and brothers. These are things that you can, little small things that identify that who is Louis Farrakhan. He's changed the temples into mosques. Why would he do that? Sisters and brothers, because these are little things that identify that What do you have a mind for? What are you teaching? You change your teaching and your train of thought. His thought was Sunnism. And that he will have turned you backwards and will have you worshiping the golden calf, which is Sunnism. So something as simple as changing the temple to a mosque shows you his thinking. Why are they mosques? Because his thinking is Sunni Islam. Because if not, he would have kept them as temples. If he was thinking supreme wisdom, he was teaching the messengers teachings, he would have left them as temples. Because that's what they were called. Temples. Small things to resonate with. Sisters and brothers. The Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. Elijah's temple. What is your temple? Those with that supreme wisdom thinking. However, the messenger of the covenant is the Lord whom you seek. So the Lord whom you're seeking, looking for, is the messenger of the covenant in whom you delight. So the messenger of the covenant, the one that is speaking and teaching you that this is the covenant, the Abrahamic covenant applies to us. We're the people of the covenant. We are the ones who are being brought out of this land. We're not staying here. We're being brought out. You have to get your thinking back, your mind back. You have to get your mind back because we're not staying here. It's time to go. I will give you your mind back. You will be brought out with great substance. Great substance. What is the substance? Your mind. Because your mind, you receive your mind back, all the things that you had previously is from your knowledge, your mind. And that wisdom is being given back to us. And we will judge the nation that afflicted us, and the nations and the world will be judged, and Satan, all those that participated with Satan in the assistance of our affliction, in the assistance of pointing us out, carrying us from our land, in the assistance of the terrorizing us, all the nations would suffer consequence. And Satan and the devil's world will be brought to an end. Sisters and brothers, we were great. No, that is a fact. We are great. We are the gods and goddesses of the earth and the universe. But you have to get your mind back. We are going to judge this nation. Sisters, judge this world. We have a hidden enemy amongst us that looks like us, walks like us, and talks like us. That we have to get rid of them. Separated from them. They're the demons. And Louis Farrakhan is the chief demon that is sitting in the temple of God. Louis Farrakhan, sisters and brothers, is the son of perdition. He's the son. Louis Farrakhan is the son of perdition. With Second Thessalonians share, let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first. And the man of sin is revealed. How do you be the man of sin? That means you a devil. You're wicked. You're sinful by nature. You're a man of sin. The son of perdition, the son of hell, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God in the Nation of Islam, showing himself that he's God. But he's sitting in Elijah's temple. He's sitting in Master Farad Muhammad's temple. That Master Farad Muhammad set up, turned over to Elijah Muhammad, the temple. So he's sitting in God's temple, claiming that he's God. But he's not even calling them his. He don't call them temples. He call them mosque, to let you know that he's bearing witness to someone else's thinking. That he's bearing witness to Sunnism. They go Masjid. Sisters and brothers, let me see if I can. It's been taken out. Okay. Let me see if it's here. Let me see if I can. It's okay. It's not what I want. All right, sisters and brothers. Now, Farrakhan's father is a white Caucasian Portuguese Jew from Barbados, which makes Farrakhan a blackface devil, let me say it like this, a blackface Caucasian Portuguese Jew, because he's the seed of his father. Which scripture says he's the man of sin. He's sitting in Elijah's seat in the temple of God, claiming that he is God. Now, let's do this. Oh, man. We're going to leave that like that, sisters and brothers, because the computer rebooted, so what I was going to show you is not there. However, in reading now, sisters and brothers, now Farrakhan tells you he's God's man. And his student ministers are pushing the same thing, that he's the Messiah, he's the God's chosen man, he's the man of God. However, we're not going nowhere. He cannot even speak or utter the Abrahamic covenant. Never have. Never have. So, I'm going to do it like this, sisters and brothers. So, the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters, is the one giving us the understanding. Is the Lord whom you seek. The one you're seeking. The one that is giving you the instruction of who you are. The one that you would delight. Let me do that. Oh shucks, let me see. Why that was okay, I don't know. All right. In whom you delight. The Lord whom you seek, that will suddenly come to Elijah's temple. The messenger of the covenant, the one that is sharing the covenant with us. The one that is telling us we're going home. The one that's giving us detailed information on the unsealed scriptures that are giving us detailed information of why we went through what we went through. What is energy deprivation? What is this pressure existence, this pressure world that we live in? Giving us detailed information on giving us our mind back. Our mind, our knowledge. Share with us the wisdom and the math that we're going to get rid of this devil. How we're taking this world out and bringing in our new reality. Bringing in our reality. So, sisters and brothers, I'm going to bring this to a close. Ensuring that America has a plan that they have set to attack all blacks, to attack us all. They will move out to carry this plan out before false Israel is destroyed, because false Israel is going to be destroyed. And the destruction of false Israel is going to cause a shock on the world, and that shock, that release of that lie is going to cause the original black man and woman to see themselves for who they are, or who we are. And the world to have no, without a reasonable doubt, without any doubt, that the original black man and woman are the true seed of Abraham. It's going to bring the understanding of that nation whom afflicted God's people. They're being judged. So they will know that who's being judged, and who is God's chosen people. So who God is with. So, sisters and brothers, they know who we are. We don't. They have set the chief demon Louis Farrakhan to sit on the throne, to play with your mind, to make him look powerful, to make him look like he's working on your behalf, when he's working against you. He's keeping confusion, keeping the truth of who you are away from you, speaking parts, bits, and pieces of scriptures, and applying his own, using Scientology to take your mind, to condition you, to tell you, oh no, it's not what you think. We can't do unto them as they done unto them. No, we can't. That's not what the scriptures say. But that's what he wants you to think. No, we can change them. We can do it like this. No, sisters and brothers, we're not taking no 6 states. We're not taking no reparations. We're not selling out our birthright for a measly bowl of soup. We're going home. We're returning. We're coming out with great something. We're taking our minds back. We're going back home, and we're going to destroy this nation, this world. We're going to get rid of them. Sisters and brothers, we're going to give them back double for what they've done to us. Brothers and sisters, we are the true seed of Abraham. We are God's chosen people. We are the ones that are going to get rid of this world. We're the ones that's going to get rid of Satan and the devil. The devil, we're the ones sitting. The devil has us, God's chosen people, under his foot. And he's planning to kill us all. Before false Israel goes down, they will attack us all. They're going to attack us all, sisters and brothers. However, God is the best planner. We plan best. We understand. We know. Like, we set this up. This is not by chance. And sisters and brothers, we are the ones that are going. You get your mind back. You take everything that they've taken from us, and you take back your planet. And you don't just take the planet, you take the universe back. You're the God of it. And you return to your greatness. It's not by chance. So this is the way back. And it's through learning who you are, getting your mind back. And the messenger of the covenant is the one preparing the way for preparing us to return home. The one that is giving us the knowledge, the math of what we're going to need to get our minds back. Before we leave here, you must have your mind back. So you have to go through tribulations so you can understand. You have to be purified. To return home. With that, sisters and brothers, I'm going to greet you in the greeting words of peace. We are the true seed of Abraham. We are God's chosen people. And through us, sisters and brothers, this world, as you see it, is being brought to an end. And our rise is the destruction of this world. And our greatness, sisters and brothers, is through our rise to get back everything that you had and more. With that, Assalamu alaikum.